for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and at 6:30 Pacific. And it is a time where we can relax and craft together. And we work on a project for about an hour here. And I work on projects from beginning to end so you can be part of the whole process along the way. And today we are starting a whole brand new project. So this year I am dividing up projects by week. So every week we will switch projects, and then the next month we will go back to those same projects and work on them some more. So the fourth full week of the month, we are going to work on the Aurifil Block of the Month project. So Aurifil is that thread company. That's the one that you see on people's blogs and stuff that have the orange spool here. So they have a block of the month, and I am one of the designers. I'm excited to be a part of this block of the month. So I thought we could do it here as well. So the first block was released a couple weeks ago, or actually last week, and we're going to start it today. So this week is the Aurifil Block of the Month. So this has a Italy theme to it. The thread company is actually from Italy. So they have an Italy theme. It's called the Colors of Italy. And each month there will be they're going to release a new three thread box of thread. And it's a box of like 3 different colors. So each month is going to focus on a color scheme paired with a city in Italy. So that is the plan. Today is Milano, and it is a gray-based block. So we'll take a look at that. I'll show you, I think, the fabrics I'm going to use and my thoughts on that, and we'll get going today. So I will flip you guys around. And we did the koala embroideries for our koala fundraiser. We stitched that on Saturday. So if you missed out on that, the replay is up on YouTube right now. And there is still time if you want to stitch yours and donate it to the charity quilt that we'll be doing as well. And look, I got John even stitched one, so here's John's. We signed them and put our location and stuff onto and dated them. So I'm super stoked. So those 2 will go in the quilt. I have a few from you guys already that have arrived, so thanks so much. I'm so excited for this mail to come with all of these little koalas. And be sure to check the Penguin and Fish Crafters group as well, because there is a whole pile of really cute ones popping up there. So check out the replay and check out the link if you would like to get a pattern to stitch as well. Like I said, there's still time to get it into the quilt, but if you do it this week. All right, so let's get going with the Milano Aurifil Block of the Month. It's by Blair Stocker of Wisecraft Handmade, and we've done one of her projects here before, so this will be kind of nice to see work with one of her projects again. All right, flipping you guys around. Okay, so I have, for reference, I have the block up here. So this is Blair's from Wisecraft Handmade. This is her block. It's just so pretty. So it's the grays, and then it comes with a box, or it doesn't come with, but that's what you can win. You could actually win these 3 plus 2 additional boxes of different colors. They're doing a giveaway every single month. So if you make the block and go to the blog page for it, you can take a photo of your block and post it for a chance to win. So that's kind of fun too. So I would like to mimic the colors that all the different designers are using each month, I think. So this is a gray block. This is just a black and white print, but her block is gray. And I think I would like to do something similar. So I think every designer gets this kind of dark gray color, and then they get the colors from the Aurifil block, or the Aurifil box. So I think she gets these 3 colors and then the gray. So since every single designer gets that same gray, I thought I would have a main kind of dark gray color too. And so I'm going through my stash. So I have my stash here of fat quarters. I picked from there. And then I also was like looking for this dark gray. And what I could come up with was this. I also want enough fabric of it that I can use it for every single block. There's going to be 12 blocks. There's one for each month. So I thought this was kind of pretty. It's not quilting weight fabric. It is just some sort of woven fabric. I actually think it's from Robert Kaufman. I'm not quite sure, but it's a little more stretchy on the bias or the diagonal than a quilting weight fabric, and it's a little more loosely woven, like it drapes a little nicer. I think it's meant for clothing, but it's so pretty, and I have a lot of it. So I thought this could be my main dark gray that will kind of pull all the different colors from the different blocks together. So that's my thought. And all right, so for Blair's block, the blocks are going to end up being 12 inches once they're in the quilt. So when they're out of the quilt, they'll be 12 and a half inches. So these are rather large blocks, Joe. I've actually not done a block this large in a while, so it'll be funny having these big blocks everywhere. All right, so she has 4 fabrics. One is the background, so that is that dark gray for the border and for the sashing. And then for the rest, she has a light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. So I just grabbed from my stash kind of these 3 fat quarters, and I thought those would be kind of pretty. So it has the feel of grays, and then I would have this gray kind of border. So we'll see. I'm just trying to mimic it here. It'll be a bunch of little stripes. And then this for the border, which is kind of fun. It has these little stripes on. So I think that's my plan. So I'm thinking I'm going to just continue pulling each month from my little stash of fat quarters. So like I said, it's going to be all different colors. So we might have a yellow month. I don't know, a gold month. So, I'd have some options for that to mix together. I figure this one little bin, it's not that little, but this bin of fat quarters, even though it's a whole mishmash of stuff, I'm guessing I will be able to get everything I need for this quilt color-wise out of there. So that's a little bit of the challenge. So I pulled these 3. This is going to be my January. So, all right, we need to chop this all up. Let's start with the cutting. Okay, the size, Shirley, I don't know the size of the whole quilt. They're going to put together some fun ways to put these blocks together, I think. But each block, there's 12 blocks, and each block is a 12-inch block once it's in the quilt. Okay, so let's just cut in order here. Let's grab the directions. Oh, you know what I was going to do first? So here's something. Well, I'll do the cutting first, but these are actually sewn onto a piece of paper. So this is foundation paper piecing. It looks like just a bunch of strips sewn together, but we're going to do that in a paper piecing method. So we are going to sew directly onto a foundation. It's called foundation paper piecing. So this is the foundation. It is paper, therefore foundation paper piecing. What this is going to do is it's going to allow us to get really accurate stripes, and it's going to be held together really well while we sew, and then we will cut it out. And that's how we get such just accuracy in here. So we have to actually make these pieces. So there's no pattern for the pieces in here. They're 5-inch squares. So we're going to have to make those as well. So we're going to start out tonight. Let's cut the fabric. Then we'll cut the squares. That might be all we get done tonight, and then we'll start sewing tomorrow. So again, we'll be working on this all week this week. I think we can get through it all. I mean, we're gonna be close, but I think we're gonna be able to do it. Okay, so we have a light gray, so this is gonna be called light gray. This is gonna be the medium blue gray, and then this is the dark gray, so light, medium, dark. Okay, the light gray, we need 4 strips measuring 1 inch by 10 and 8 strips that are 1 inch by 6. So these are little 1-inch strips, and that is why we are foundation paper piecing them, because they're so little. Oh, that's a good idea, Glenda. Glenda says that her mom uses 10-inch squares of newsprint paper. So I've heard people use using like yellow pages, like the phone book pages. I wonder if we have any of those laying around. We kind of just, every once in a while, we'll get a phone book on our stoop, and I think it just gets thrown out, actually. Maybe we are saving them. I should find out, and we'll give that a test sometime. All right, so I'm just pressing a little bit here. I'm not going to press a ton. I think we'll get what we need. Oh, but one thing we should think of is, oh, this might be fun. So look, this pattern has little like stripes on it, stripes of little florals. So we could cut it this way and have like a bunch of stripes on each piece, or we could cut it, these are almost 1-inch pieces. All of our whites could almost be different. I think I kind of like that idea. So let's cut it with the stripes. We're gonna have to try and be a little accurate for that. So we'll see how that goes. Accuracy and cutting, oh my gosh. All right, so I think in that case, so this is the 18-inch side of this fabric. I might need to get a little bit bigger here, because I'm kind of fussy cutting it. So I just made I have an expandable cutting board here. Not exactly on a super solid cutting surface, but let's give this a try. All right, I'm getting the old cutting glove out. Let's get our rotary cutter. I think I just got a relatively fresh blade on here. We did cut a lot of blue, it looks like, but I think this should be fine. And I'm gonna grab a couple rulers here. Okay. So we need 4 1x10 strips. So each one of these this is like 18 inches or so. So maybe I'll just cut 4, and then I can get a 10-inch one and a 6-inch one out of there. That would get us, and then I would still need to make a few more of the 6-inch, but I think that might do it. Let's just do it that way. Let's not take forever on decisions. Let's just get her done. How big are these? Oh, they are almost, they're not exactly 1 inch each, so I'm gonna not worry about them being perfect. I'm gonna just trim off the selvage and then work my way that way. Oh, I'll have to sew really straight too. Oh, you're right. Well, that's okay. If these squiggle a little, I'm not totally overly concerned. But I like the idea that we're at least kind of trying to go with the pattern a little bit. I think that's kind of fun. All right. So I'm starting. I can't talk and cut at the same time. I'm starting with these like 10-inch. Well, they're just like strips that will cross cut to the 10 inches. Normally, I would fold this in half, but because I just want to keep an eye on where they're landing on this pattern, I just opened it up. Actually, I think I'm already kind of veering off, but we'll see how it goes. They can be a little crooked. Wow. Okay, I just realized that we are cutting these 1 inch wide. So when we sew them into the block, they're going to be only a 1/2 inch wide when we're done, because we're going to lose a 1/4 inch on each side.
So these are going to be the skinniest little stripes in this quilt, in this block. So that's just going to be kind of crazy. I just want to forewarn you guys too. I think Facebook must have done an update, or there's something weird with Facebook and the phones right now. I did a little research. So if we burn out again, like if I all of a sudden get stalled or go away, just come on back. My phone has been overheating, but it does it at like a certain time, and then you know, like when we were doing the koala, on Saturday, it said it overheated like within 15 minutes or so, but then it was able to do like 3 hours more without overheating. So there's some weird glitch happening in Facebook to iPhone or something streaming whatever land right now. And I've heard a few other people having that issue. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, stick around. It has come back on. It takes me a minute or so to get my video recording again, but after that, we should be good to go. Hopefully it doesn't happen, like I said. Okay, that was a little squiggly, but I think we're fine. Okay, thanks, Leah. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun fabric for this block. So in theory, we may be able to, we may be able to get some of the 6 inches out of, like, we might be able to get 3 of the 6 inches, but we actually need 4 more after these. So I think I'm going to just cut 2 more strips, and we'll just have a little excess to use somewhere else in the quilt or whatever. Or I'll just have some scraps laying around. I think that's what we'll do. I'm not going to worry about, I mean, I will a little bit, but I'm not going to worry so much about preserving all fabric. So I'll do my best to use as little fabric as I can to not waste fabric. But, like, you know, in this case, I probably could have figured out a way to not have as much excess, or like as many scraps as I'll have. But I'm erring on the side of having like these cool stripes happen. So we're going to just not worry about it. Not worry about how many scraps I have left. Okay, so this is 4. So this will be enough for the 4 10-inch ones and 4 6 inches. But I'm going to cut 2 more because I actually need 8 6-inch strips. Then we're going to have like one long 1-inch strip left over. I think I just have to take a photo of my block, Gretchen, when I'm done. Ooh, and by the way, I did design mine. I haven't made it yet, but I have it drawn out on the computer and colored on the computer and stuff. So and I like it. So we'll see. I have to make it yet, and I think it's gonna turn out so nice. I really like it. So mine is in July. So we won't get to mine for a little while, but I'm super excited about it. Oh yes, Lorraine, we are working on a new project. So it's a new week. We're doing a new project. It is the Aurifil. That's the thread company. It's the Aurifil Block of the month, and it's called Colors of Italy. There are 12 blocks by 12 different designers. And it's one each month. Mine is going to be July, and they're all based on a color and a city. So this month is Grays, and Milano is the city. there we go. Done with this block, or this fabric. So this fabric is going to go in my bin that is odd sized pieces of fabric. Not quite a fat quarter anymore. Or maybe we'll use it later in the quilt, I don't know. Or on the back of the quilt. We could use a lot of this on the back. I'm going to save them. I'll leave them all out just in case I do want them later. All right, let's cross cut these. Let's get these done. I'm going to shrink down my cutting board again because it's a little too big for this space. There we go. Okay, let's cross cut these. 2, I need to do 6 inches. So I'm going to just kind of leave those separate. And then 4, I need to do 6 inches and 10 inches. So I think I'm going to just line them up on a rule line here so I know that they're straight. Then I'll trim this end just so it's all a nice clean cut. And then I'm going to rotate this around and trim the pieces that I need. So, okay, so this is the 4. And we should have plenty because this should be 18 inches. And this actually looks like a little bit more than 18 inches. And we need to cut only 16 inches worth. Oop. There we go. It's going to be pretty. It's actually a white fabric with gray and blue and black flowers all over it. But I think, you know, if you squint, it kind of blends together into a gray color. So I'm calling this light gray. All right. Like I said, I'm just going to trim those edges off. There we are. All right, here, scraps. Okay, so I'm going to be careful not to move them at all. I'm just going to rotate around. I think I'll cut the 6-inch ones off first. So, all right, this ruler, I'm going to get my other little ruler out. This is my favorite ruler. I'm going to use this one. We have 6.5 inches on here, so let's do the 6-inch mark. I'm aligning on an edge here and then an edge, the ruler, putting one of the rule lines on the edge here, so these should be cut pretty straight. All right. So this is 4 and 6. Okay, and then I need 2 more 6s, so I'm only going to cut from the top here. Oops, I wiggled a little bit. All right, these should be my 8 6s. I'll label all these too, and this is actually scrap. We'll use that for something else. And then this, I need to cut 10 inches, so we need 4 10-inch ones. I think I will just use one of these guys for that. I have to count. When it gets this big, I get paranoid. Math usually works, but I get paranoid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 10 inches still looks like 10 inches there, so. All right, let's trim. And these are nice little scraps that we can have as well. Okay, so there we are. I am going to quickly label these so I know what's what. Let's see. I'm gonna get some Wonder Clips, and I'm gonna get a little scraps of paper here. I don't use anything special. This works fine. So because later in the instructions it says like use you know, the 6-inch A pieces for, you know, X. So I'm going to call this is A 6-inch, and these are a 10-inch. All right, so I think that'll be a good enough reference for us here. All right, I had a, there we go. Ooh, I knew I had a little paper scissors here. Taking the time to label now will definitely make it a bit easier later. So I'm just gonna clip my Wonder Clips to it. All right, because then I can just throw these around. I don't have to have them all perfect. I just, you know, that guy's done. Okay, those are our first 2 bits. We can scooch on from there. All right, what is next? Oh, and the most important part, we can check that off. I'm gonna actually check them off individually. All right, medium, the medium blue-gray, I'm gonna use this. So let's press it again. What do we need for here? We need 8 strips measuring 1 inch by 8 inch and 8 strips measuring 1 by 5. So I might just do the same thing. I might just just cut, oh, let's see, 16. You know, maybe for the non-wasting fabric idea of it all, maybe I will do each of these separate. And I think it'll actually, we can cut it a little bit faster too. All right, I am going to cut it on this 18-inch side again though, so let's just give that a little press. This is an awfully fun fabric. I know, aren't all the different mandala loves and the koalas just so pretty? Yeah, if you guys check out the Penguin and Fish Crafters group, and I hope you join. I hope you join once you're there. But, gosh, everyone's koalas are so sweet and fun, and they're all different. It's just so much fun opening my Facebook and checking them all out. And then same with the mandalas. The mandala love is the embroidery of the month. And those are just looking so beautiful. And just the different colors people are using just ends up so neat too. They are all just feel so special. All right, so I think I am gonna just focus on the 8 inches because for the 8-inch, I can get 2 because that's 16 inches. So I just need to cut 4 strips to make the 8-inch. And then I can get, the next is 5-inch, I can actually get 3 out of there. So I only need to cut 3 strips. Oh, wait, no, that would only get me 12. Oh yeah, that's fine. That would get me 3, 6, yeah, and then I need the 2 more. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So this time I'm gonna fold it in half just because it's gonna be way easier to cut, I think. So I'm going to set that fold that I did here. I'm going to try and fold a little bit better. Here we are. This fold I'm going to put on the line so that when we unfold it, it should, they should all be relatively straight. But we are going to trim them in half, so it's not going to be, if they're a little off, I think we'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to cut that selvage off first, and then we will chop up all our things. So like I said, I need 4 strips for the 8, and then 3 more for the 5. So let's cut 7 strips, and then get rid of all the excess laying around, and then we'll move on from there. Get the glove on. All right. Again, let's trim that selvage off. There's quite a bit. The selvage is pulling this fabric a lot more than it can sometimes. So I'm just going to cut even a little extra off of here. All right, there we are. Selvage away. All right, I am going to do that 2 ruler method again, and the reason for that is that there's so much bulk here. If I rotate this around, my nice edge is going to come all undone and stuff. So instead of moving it, I want to keep that edge still, especially with small pieces like this. And I'm going to just find it with one ruler and then line up the second ruler. And we'll move that here. Can't talk and cut. All right, that's the first. So let's try and keep these folded together. I think that'll make it easier for us later. I just kind of pull it away. I don't really have to pull it away after I cut, but I get paranoid that my blade's getting dull, so I just always pull away to see if all the threads have been cut. I suppose we only have to do that a little. Okay, so that's 3, that's 2. Can't even count up to 2 tonight. I think this is one of those blocks that is going to get so easy once we have everything cut. This is one of those whole deals that I get impatient with, like, oh, I have to cut all of this stuff before I even get started. It's another reminder that, hey, this is the start, and this is part of the process. That's something I struggle with for the cutting part of the quilting process for sure. So maybe it's good that I practice that for a little while, getting comfortable with having to cut a bunch of stuff first. But yeah, I think once we have this all cut, we're going to just really cruise along on here. And it's going to be really fun, I think. I really like foundation paper piecing. I think it's just makes everything look so pretty and exact, like magic. All right, 3 more here. But yeah, this is I don't know, I know I talk about this a lot, but this is so my least favorite part. All this cutting, and that's why I skip it a lot of times. I like just cut what I need for whatever part I'm on and then go back later, but I'm trying to get used to the idea of just cutting out a whole project at first. Once it's all cut, it's awesome because you have everything ready to go and you don't have to deal with all the bulky fabric anymore. But in my brain, it's still one of those things where you have to do it before you start, but this is actually the start. This is actually part of the process. And I'm going to say this out loud, just so I try and convince myself. It can be fun. This part of the process can be fun. I'm going to find this fun at some point. It's fun hanging out with you guys. That's what's keeping me here. All right, this is the 7th one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. All right, this guy is done. I will put it on, again, my pile. I'll keep the pile together throughout this quilt just in case I do want to go back to any of those colors. Then I'll have them. But yeah, we might not even use them again. All right, so what did we need here again? We needed 8 strips that are 8-inch, so I'm going to do that with these. All I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the edge, then cut my 8-inch, and then I'll have 2 right away by keeping it together like this, by keeping it folded still. And we for sure have 8 inches here, so that's good. All right, this will be 2, 4, 6. Oh, that's maybe a lot to cut all at once. We're going to do 2 levels of it. Then I'll just keep to the 4 layers of fabric that I'm cutting through. 8 layers may be a bit much. All right, 4. And then we also need 8 5-inch strips, so I'm gonna keep all those together too, because we'll get a good cut from the get-go. I'm gonna keep them apart though, so I don't accidentally cut them with my 8-inch ones, and vice versa. That'd be annoying. Then I'd have to cut more fabric again. Oh, Charlotte, you think it's fun? The cutting is fun until you measure wrong. Yeah, maybe that's like my paranoia, is like cutting it wrong. Or just, I don't know, when I think this started, the fear started when I first started quilting. You know, I'd always kind of like veer off my ruler. So I'm always paying attention to keep it right against the ruler here. But like the veer off or the ruler totally slipping is a little bit of a fear. The grippets, not the grippets, what are these called again? I forget. The True Grips. I knew grip was in there. These True Grip stickers have helped a lot from things sliding. I think this ruler needs a few new ones. But that helped a lot. All right, let's trim these edges. That first one has quite a few. You know, and really, now that I think of it, these edges don't have to be perfect because they're going to be all hanging off the side of these diagonals. So we're going to cut off all these ends anyway. So I guess I don't have to worry so much about them. All right, I'm going to cut a 5-inch piece out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since it's right here. Oh, I guess I'm using the ruler for the lines on the cutting board now. 5 inches. All right, so that should have gotten me 6, and then I need 2 more, so I can get rid of one of these. But these two, I'm going to open up and line up. Look at all these cute little dots. Yeah, again, you know, our edges don't have to be perfect on this block, I don't think. So we'll just go like that. Okay, and that's 8 5-inchers. And then we need our 8-inch ones out of here. So I'm going to just rotate again, just to make it easier. And I'm going to just use the cutting board again. Let's just count out 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good enough, I think. And this should get us our 8-inch ones. There we go. Fabric 2 is done. Let's label it though. Okay, this is B, so let's label it B 8-inch, and we have B 5-inch. So normally, I don't think I would keep this much track of it, like where I'm labeling it like this, but there is a specific order that these stripes go in the block, and I want to make sure to not mess that up. So that's why I'm being extra careful with the labeling, whereas in another block, I might just lay all the strips out and not care so much. All right. Oop. This one's the 5-inch, and this is the 8-inch. Let's clip those. And yeah, exactly. So Gretchen says, I like that each block has different colors. I know I wouldn't pick. So that's another, I think, one of the kind of fun challenges, I guess, of this is you can't really, I mean, if you're going to do the colors that the designers are doing, you don't have to. You could just pick some colors, schemes, and then do all the blocks that color, but like do it all the same color scheme. But I do kind of like the idea that each block is a different color scheme and that I'm going to go with the color scheme of each, but I don't know what that is. So, so I have to do this blind, right? Like I'm picking this fabric without knowing what the next fabric's gonna be. So that's why I think it's kind of nice that I'll have one fabric that will be the kind of theme fabric throughout, because each block, it may or may not have like that dark gray in, but every designer, when they got their fabric to design with, got that dark gray. So in theory, most of these blocks will have that dark gray, and I'm going to use this for the dark gray, so that might pull the whole quilt together. So this is my base, and then I'm winging it with whatever the color scheme ends up being, and that's a different challenge for sure, not knowing what all the colors are going to be, what all the blocks are going to be in the color schemes right away. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, Joe, there's just one a month, so it does seem way more doable than having to do like one a week or something. Like that's how the Splendid Sampler worked a little bit, and that was a lot of block to do all at once. But yeah, just one block. Whoop, broke my lid. One block a month seems way more doable. Okay, dark gray. That's this. How are we doing on time here? Oh, we got like 15 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm going to hopefully try and cut all of this. Okay, we need 8 strips and 8 strips again. So, oh, these ones are a different size though. So, all right, so I will do 7 inches. That's going to be, I'm going to do it the same way where I get 7 inches out of the one. Okay, and then, oh, 1.5 by 4 inches. So 4 times 4 is 16. So to get 8, I only have to cut 2. So I'm going to cut 4 1-inch strips to get the 8. Then I'll cross cut, and then I just need to cut 2 of these 1.5s. All right, plan. Gotta figure all that out. Oh, I didn't think of that. So the camera is making this vibrate a little bit. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Maybe that's a reason to switch fabric. I'll have to see what else I have. Although now that I think of it, the fabric that we're given as the designer is very similar to that, so that fabric is going to vibrate as well. Oh, bummer. Maybe we'll be moving it around enough. I always think about that when you see like newscasters and they're wearing like a tight herringbone tie or something like that, or a twill, some sort of tie where it's black and white but small little pattern, and it vibrates whenever they move. That's like, those people should know that. I feel like, or they should have wardrobe people that say, hey, you can't wear that tie. All right. This is a pretty one. This is a pretty fabric here. All right. Let's, I'm going to fold it in half again. It would be better if I didn't. Well, these are some pretty big kinks in here, pretty big folds. I was thinking maybe it'd be better if I didn't iron it, because then I could have this fold here still, but nah, I think this is the way to do it still. Okay, let me get my rulers and my glove. We'll line this up. All right, what did I say? We needed 4. I gotta cut this little selvage off too. Wait, no, not 4. Yeah, 4 1-inch strips again, and then we need a couple 1.5. Yeah, the super little stripes or the little checks and stuff. Yeah, those are the ones that vibrate on TV. All right, a little scrap. Okay, 4. Oh, this is not my favorite ruler. It is hard to see the edge line up. Like, I can't see it at all. I think I'm going to just use the lines on the mat. Even know that's not always the best thing. But I think for this we'll be okay. Okay, one. Like full concentration mode. Oh, fun, Sharon. We will be working on it all week this week. I think we'll get it done. We'll be right to the end though, I think. I don't think we'll be done early with this particular block. For the foundation paper piecing part of it, instead of doing each of the 4 squares in the block individually, I think I'm going to do them all at once. So I'll do like the first piece on all of them, then I'll do the second piece on all of them, then the third piece. So that will speed up the process for sure. Okay, so those are the 4 that will cross cut to the 7 inches, and then I need 2 1.5 inchers. And again, I'm just going to use my mat. Okay, 1.5. Double check. Yep. Oop. And one more. Two, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we should be able to get 2 4 inches. This one's going to be tight, I think. Yeah, we'll get it. All right, the hard cutting is done. Now the fun cutting. I like cross cutting, so there's something. I like something about cutting. I do like cross cutting. Cutting all, like when we turn this sideways and cut all the smaller pieces. I don't know, maybe it's just this big fabric cutting I don't like. It is fun to cut it right off the bolt and feel like you're using a bunch of stuff from the bolt. All right, let's stack these 4-incher guys up here. We'll need to trim the edges on all these again. Okay, that's it for the 4 inches. So I need to trim the edge, cut 4-inch and 4-inch, and then we'll have the 8 there. Now here, these are the 7-inch ones. So we'll do 1, 2. Oh, this is kind of annoying with this all their labeling on the ruler right there. Let's just scooch over. Okay, this will be our 8 7-inch ones. Scooch him over too. All right, let's do it. Oh, for real, Catherine? Oh, that's so funny. Yes, that is definitely near where we are. So we have those airplanes flying over all the time. We're not so close that the city has given or allocated money or something for the people who live super close to the airport for them to have soundproofing. So we're not that close, but we can still hear them pretty well. There's definitely certain times of the day when you hear more. All right, let's just cut our 7-inch ones. I'm gonna just count on the board here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll assume that these inches on the board are good. Okay, there is our 8 7-inchers. That was correct, right? Yeah, should have looked at that before I cut. But we're good. So 7 inches, and then this we need to get the 4 inches out. And I'm just gonna use the mat again. So here's our first 4-inch. So this should be 4. Okay, and another one will be 8. Okay. It's such a, I have that relief after each time. We did it, and I didn't cut a finger off yet. Alright, so this is C 7-inch and C 4-inch. The other reason I'm labeling this is if for some reason, since we're only working on this project once a week, if for some reason I need to stop, then I still have all the pieces labeled and I'll be able to find my way again when I start up again. Okay, those are done. These are looking awfully cute as strips. So we can start to see what our little piece is going to look like. It's going to be just really sweet, I think, with these three. All right, now we just have that big back area to do yet. Let's see what's involved with there. We might actually do that tomorrow, work with that other fabric. So yeah, I think tomorrow, why don't we do that cutting? Yeah, so tomorrow we'll cut the sashing and the border. Ugh, I kind of want to do it now. Let's just do it now. Okay. This fabric's goofy though. I don't even know if I can iron it. Let's see, how big is this? This is that fabric that is, it drapes differently, it acts weird, and I am not used to using it. So this will be interesting. Gosh, this is like extra wide too. This might be 60-inch wide fabric. Yeah, this is wide. Okay, what is the best way to approach this? 2 strips. Oh, so this is for the sashing. This is for that sashing there. So we need 2 strips that are 1.5. So we got a couple 1.5 ones and then a couple 2-inch ones. So we could cut one long 1.5-inch strip because we have a lot of fabric here. So, oh, but we hardly need any. Yeah, we only need 9 inches, another 9 is 18, so we only need 18 and a half. And I have a lot more than that. Maybe we should do the 2-inch ones first, because we need 24 and another 18. I think I'm going to just cut one long 2-inch strip, and then we'll see what we have. I'll cross-cut what I need out of it. I'm not even going to iron this, and I'm gonna fold it in half again. We'll see how this goes. This is an experiment for sure. I always have to try something new for me when I work on a project, and this fabric, oh, I hope this just doesn't kill me, this fabric, but we'll see how it goes. It's good to have a challenge. All right, I'm gonna trim off this edge, and there is quite a bit of it. Yeah, the selvage is a little funny here, so we're gonna just cut all of it off. All right, let's just do it. Let's see how it goes. Oh, our Loa. So I mentioned this a little earlier. I did actually design mine. It's not made yet, but I have designed it. So in theory, it sews together and looks cute. We'll see. So that's my next job. I kind of wrote down. I have to write the instructions for it too. So I wrote down kind of the size of the fabric I need to cut and how many pieces. So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to actually cut those pieces and write the instructions kind of as I make it. I can actually write the instructions beforehand and then, get a certain far along on it, and then I will adjust it if need be as I go. So I'll be writing and making at the same time. This is pretty. One thing I realize is that I'm cutting against these stripes on here, so that'll be kind of pretty. It'll be very pretty, actually. I think this fabric's going to be neat. So I'm cutting 2 inches because we need that, and I'm hoping, because I don't know how wide this fabric is, I'm hoping we might be able to sneak out the 1.5 inch bits that we need from here out of the scrap. So we'll see how that goes. This is going to be a challenge to sew with. And we're using it for the whole quilt, so that might have been a poor idea, but we'll see. I think it's going to be pretty, though, if we can pull it off. I'm going to try not to handle it very much, because it does feel like it's going to unravel a little bit. Okay, what do we need? We need 2 strips. All right, so I'm going to unfold this, actually. We have a selvage over here, too, so I'm going to trim that off. Get the glove back on. Oh, Leslie, so the day, the first of the month, so that's a good point. So this is the last week that you can get the mandala love pattern. So that's going away. That's January's block of the month. So January 31st is the last day. The new block goes up basically at midnight. So the old block goes away, and then you just gotta give me time to hit the button, and then it will turn into the February one. So it's the first of the month right away. Okay, what do I need here? I need 2 12.5 inch strips. I'm gonna just count on this board again. These are large strips. Oh, I guess, yeah, I mean, these blocks are 12.5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. I'm going to count that again just because I'm super duper paranoid. So this is as big as our block's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. All right, this is the size of the block when we're done. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. All right, let's scooch that to the side. All right, now I need 2 9.5 inch ones. So I might still have to cut a whole pile of 1.5 inch strips from here yet. Okay, that edge is fine. Let me just line that up. All right, 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. All right, this is the outer border, I'm assuming. Okay. Then I do not think I have enough for all right. We are good. We're back here again. So, all right, like I said, I don't have enough. It was wishful thinking that I'd have enough for all of the rest, but I still can get the little piece that I need. I still don't need to waste the rest of this 2 inch. So I'm going to cut, keeps wanting to move. I'm going to cut my 1.5 inch out of here because the other cuts are only 1.5 inch, not 2 inches. All right, we're calling it right there. All right, I'm going to leave that piece together. And what do we need? 2 strips that are 4.5 inches. So let's do that. Actually, I think this might be a good chance for that other ruler that I like. That disappeared. It's amazing how I literally have not moved 2 inches in this space and I still can lose things. Here we go. Sheesh Louise. Alright. So this, since it's small, I'm going to use this ruler. I think that'll be a little bit better for me. So 4.5 inches. Right there. We still need that one more cut though. 4.5. Oh gosh, that's wiggly. There we go. This is not 9 inches. Sad. Alright, so we got 2 of those, and we literally need just a tiny piece cut out of here. I might just not cut a long strip. I might like literally just fussy cut this. We need, what was it? 9.5 inches. Let's go to the top here. I'm going to just cut about, let's get the 1.5, and I'm going to get about 10 inches, or, you know, yeah, about 10 inches worth, and then I will cross cut that 9.5 out. So we're going to have a weird cut out of here that we have to remember. But again, I don't know what else, I don't know how the next designer is going to use this fabric, or how we'll use it for the next thing, so, oh, gosh, I need to cut a nicer edge. It's not straight. So I think it'll be fine that we have some weird cut out of here. All right, so let's get our 1.5 inch and then cross cut and be donezo with this. One and a half. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half. So we'll cut to about there. This is kind of what happens on these block of the month things where you don't know what the next block is going to be. I end up using fabric really oddly. Like, I don't end up cutting like perfect strips. I end up like with weird cuts like that, but that's the name of the game, I think, though, too. All right, out of here, fabric. That is bulky, bulky. All right, so let's just get a nice clean end on one of these, and we'll cut the 9.5 inches on the other side, and we will be good to go here. I do want to label everything yet, though. Actually, I probably don't need to label these. I think these will be kind of obvious. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half. There we go. And that's scrap. Okay, we did it, you guys. All right, so let's check this off. We did all of this. So 2 strips. Yep, we did. Only need 1 strip of this. We had 2 strips of both of those. Awesome, awesome. Let's just peek at what this is gonna look like. It's always kind of fun to do that. So this is outside. Just kind of make a frame here. Oh, I should have done this first. Let's do that first. So I'm going to lay out some of these. Let's just kind of shimmy them like this. Kind of see what we got there. Like we're missing one. There we go. I don't know if that's quite the order, but I just want to get a sense of it. So we'll be cutting off all those. Oh, look, it's coming together. Oh, for fun. Okay, I think that looks classy, but still kind of nice. I do like some of this purple coming through. The purple is starting to kind of pull out some of the colors in here. I think it's good. This will be nice. I'm excited. This actually dark color I think goes in the middle here, or right at the point. So kind of like this. So that'll be kind of interesting. That'll bleed right into this a little bit. This is a lot of texture, this fabric. All right, I'm excited. And we got all the cutting done tonight, so that's like the primo thing of tonight. All right, you guys, I'm gonna flip you around. All right, so thanks for bearing with me. Like I said, that it's a weird glitch in Facebook or the iPhone or something right now. This overheating thing, and it's when something updates, like when they do an update, then all of a sudden it starts doing that. So hopefully they will update it again soon, and it won't do that anymore. But thanks for sticking around for when we glitched out there a little bit. I'm stoked. I just based on tonight that we got as far as cutting it all, I'm pretty sure we will get this done this week. I'm really hoping we will. So tomorrow we will cut out our squares because we still need the paper squares. Those weren't provided or anything, so we will cut those out, and then we will start sewing. We will start paper piecing this, and really I'm hoping we can get a good chunk of all of them done tomorrow. Man, it would be really great if we could get all the paper piecing done by end of Wednesday. I think that's maybe a little wishful thinking, but I can dream a little bit. So awesome. Thanks you guys again. This will be a really nice project, I think. I'm excited for it. And I'll keep you updated on my progress, even though I can't show it yet, but I'll keep you updated on my progress with my block. That'll be July when that comes out. And then we'll make it again here. I'll make it with these fabrics, which will be different than the ones that I make for the showcase one. So I'm stoked. So check out the replay of the koala video if you want to still stitch a koala for the koala fundraiser to send to me to put in the auction quilt. That would be amazing. And again, last week to get the mandala love pattern before it goes away. So to check that out as well. And there's links and everything below. And you can just go to penguinandfish.com. It's all there. So thanks again, everyone. Replay will go on YouTube. And have an awesome evening. Good night.